The job of a police officer is often dangerous, risking their own lives to protect citizens. But what happens when officers are off the clock?
Tonight, the department is mourning the death of one of their own. A precinct commander and 21-year veteran has taken his own life.
An alarming number of officers are committing suicide. According to Blue Help, between 2019 and 2020, more than 470 police officers committed suicide. So far this year, 61 officers have taken their own lives.
The thing is, an officer never really takes off his uniform. They can't always just shut it down and go home.
Karen Solomon is the co-founder of Blue Help, the first and only organization that tracks law enforcement suicide, also providing support for families of those who have lost loved ones to suicide, and offering suicide prevention training.
You're going to have that leftover stress of someone got in their face tonight, or they saw somebody dead tonight, or they resuscitated somebody and saved their life. So all of that stuff intermingles in their life, and it's always touching each other. It's always touching their personal life and their work life.
The New York Police Department has seen some of the highest rates of suicide in the nation. The NYPD says the suicide rate among uniformed officers is more than double that of the general population. In the last 3 years, 16 New York police officers have died by suicide.
See, there's a stigma that over the years, if you go and talk to somebody, if you go to a supervisor, if you go to a medical doctor who's a police officer or a police surgeon, you're going to get your gun and shield taken away. Well, that's their superpowers. That's what makes them worth something in life. And if you take that away, now you get looked at like, wait a minute, what's wrong with that person?
Michael Ameri was a highway inspector for the NYPD. Ameri was responsible for hundreds of officers in his unit. In May of 2016, he took his own life.
He was great. I mean, he loved life. He didn't have any issues that we were aware of. There was no mental illness or any other issues as far as we know. And then all of a sudden, I spoke to him the night before. We were making arrangements to go on vacation. We were picking out dates on a calendar.
According to Blue Help, the main areas of stress impacting police include everyday pressures of the job, financial hardships, feelings of being alone, and what's become a growing concern among officers, negative sentiment towards police.
So first, COVID-19. Think about that. 1 minute you were this hero because you're helping people, you're on the front lines, you're going to work every day and you're a hero. 3 months later, you're not a hero anymore. Then you have the riots and the people getting in your face and the defund the police, and then you have people leaving the profession. So this year has been very traumatic for all of the police officers.
We've seen the complete demonization for police officers. In New York City, it's just been a downhill spiral where the complete disrespect and lack of listening to authority and trying to make the world a better place is really showing.
The way we attach them to their uniform and won't let that uniform leave their body is really tremendous, and it's mind-boggling. I've never seen anything like it. What we're doing to them based on a job that they do is sensational, and it's damaging.
While the number of active duty officers committing suicide is alarming, the number of retired officers taking their lives is just as concerning, and in many cases, underreported. At least 102 retired officers have died by suicide since 2018, according to Blue Help.
The second you leave, the second you put it to bed, the curtains close, who am I? They don't even know who they are.
And when you take that away so suddenly, it can be very difficult. Some officers do lose their sense of self, their sense of purpose. They feel like they don't have anything without their job.
Some who have lost an officer to suicide say they too should be honored.
How I look at it is he died in the line of duty, and although they don't treat the police officers when they die by suicide as if they died in the line of duty, he should have had the same honor and respect as someone who died in the line of duty, because ultimately the job killed him in the end. That's how I look at it. I'm a big police supporter, but I believe that this job killed him in some way, shape or form. This job killed him, and anybody that dies by suicide as a police officer, I believe, is died in the line of duty.
Hey, NBC News viewers, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here, and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.